Hi! Welcome to this part of my review featuring Sacrifice, an Incense and Iron role-playing game. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this Berserk-inspired RPG, where you fight the horrors of the Dark Ages and Christianity, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about character creation. But first I would like to talk about this channel's sponsor, Heroes and Hardships. This is a universal RPG system, allowing you to play any sort of genre, campaign, scenario. You can create any sort of character imaginable. You have hundreds of tools to accomplish that. I'm going to put several links in the description that will take you to the Kickstarter that is ongoing, and it is in its stretch goals. You will also find links to the Discord, to the website, to the Tetsubo section of the website. Tetsubo is an upcoming setting inspired by Japan's Sengoku era. You are also going to find links to my reviews of the core rulebook in its early access version, the Quickstart guide, and the Wallace campaign setting, based on the life and exploits of William Wallace. So please check it out. Now let's continue. To create a character, roll 3 6-sided dice 6 times, once per character ability. These abilities are pretty standard when it comes to pseudo-clones, such as Strength, Intelligence, Wisdom, Dexterity, Constitution, and Charisma. In Sacrifice, all characters are humans, so you do not need to pick a different species. There are no character classes either. Instead, you start by choosing 3 fits from all of those available on a list. These determine your character's starting gameplay style. You must also pick 2 weapon proficiencies and 1 armor proficiency, as well as a combat maneuver. As a branded character, you start the game at level 3. This reflects your character's years of experience before their current ordeal. Last but not least, you add the finishing touches, such as appearance, gender, age, backstory, etc. However, there are no alignments. In this grimdark setting, there are only shades of grey. As a new character, you start with a few silver pieces to spend on any gear found on the equipment section. Now let's go deeper into some details such as skills and feats. There are no character classes in Sacrifice. Instead, what defines your character is the collection of skills, feats, and other unique capabilities. As a branded, you have survived something that seemed impossible. This is mostly thanks to a specific trait that sets you apart from your fellow humans. So you could have Titanic Strength or Boundless Vitality. This gives you a bonus in the different ability scores. There are a few other details that mark you as a special individual, a veteran of 1,000 horrors, such as branded. You bear the mark of Sacrifice, a terrible scar that has marked both your flesh and soul. At first sight, it appears as a recent firebrand, never truly healing. When in the proximity of demonic forces, the mark of Sacrifice burns as if it was just carved on your skin anew, causing you damage. After focusing, you know the distance and direction towards the demon or demons. There is also I'm Not Done Yet. When your character reaches 0 hit points, you can perform a Constitution saving throw to avoid becoming unconscious. If you pass it, you can sacrifice 1 Constitution to gain a number of hit points to stand up again. It can only be done once per combat. There is also Luck. Luck may be spent to automatically pass a saving throw, but it must be declared so before rolling. Luck can also be used to retreat from combat. If the whole party wants to retreat from combat, they must each spend 1 luck. This means that incapacitated allies can be dragged away by surviving ones. Luck is recovered at a rate of 1 per resting day. You start with a number of luck points depending on your level. You also have a mastery die. Each time your character is involved in combat with opponents with a number of hit dice lower than their level, you can use the mastery die. In your turn, you automatically deal a number of damage points to any opponent within range. This represents passing blows and lesser strikes that the character deals to those around them without much of a thought, due to their mastery of combat. Then when it comes to character advancement, as you obtain experience points, you will become stronger and more skilled, so you will obtain new feats, skill points, extra attacks, more hit points of course, and so forth. When it comes to skills, all characters possess a set of skills that are modified by their ability scores. As a new character, you can increase 3 different skills by +1. You have things such as acrobatics, athletics, medicine, nature, perception, performance, heretical knowledge, religion, sleight of hand, stealth, and many more. Then you have proficiencies. A character that is proficient in a skill has advantage on checks involving that skill. When it comes to weapons and armor, proficiency works a bit differently. A character without the correct weapon proficiency has disadvantage when wielding it, while a character without the correct armor proficiency has disadvantage on all dexterity and athletics checks while wearing that armor. Newly created characters begin the game with 2 weapon proficiencies and 1 armor proficiency as explained earlier. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about feats, combat maneuvers, and many other things. So this is pretty much Berserk, the unofficial role-playing game. Every character that you create is going to feel a bit like Guts. You even have the brand that bleeds when demonic forces are nearby. You also have that resilience, so characteristic of Guts, that he keeps on going despite terrible injuries. And you have that ability of being quite superior against lesser foes, like the Guts versus 100 enemies sort of situation. So I'm liking this game more and more with the passage of each page. And wait till you see the feats and combat maneuvers. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.